Thank you so much for this chance just to speak about the BBC documentary that was aired just recently. And it has sparked quite a lot of reactions among the leaders of this nation and among the Monanchi. This documentary is true, and it speaks about the atrocities and the killings that happened in this country among the Gen Z, which led to the protests dubbed Occupy Parliament. What we saw is brutality, police brutality uh, in the streets of Nairobi. Uh, People, young generation, lying in the streets lifeless. And of course, even as we point to BBC, we realize that it is not about the BBC or any other media station that speaks about the deaths and the murders that happen in this country. It is about the blood of the innocent. The blood speaks, like, for example, you remember the blood of Abel, that once the brother killed Abel, the blood spoke and it was crying to God. You remember also when the people, the Gen Z, were being abducted and murdered, and when they were actually dumped into the quarry dump site, one lady confessed that the relative was waking her up at night and telling her that she needs to come and see where her body was dumped. That happened severally, and it uncovered the brutality of the police that actually we saw in the documentary that BBC aired. We saw actually live scenes in the streets of Nairobi, and we were there with these young boys and girls as the police and the politician continue to harass and to discriminate and to oppress the Kenyan youth and the Kenya people at large. So this Finance Bill 2024 also sparked a lot of reaction that led to these demonstrations. And we see that we are almost hearing the 2025 uh, uh, Finance Bill, which basically is the same as what we saw in the year 2024. For example, we are talking about the core pillars. We are saying that agriculture and green inclusivity. That is basically to say that the government is employing the youth into the agricultural sector. And we know, it is common knowledge, that there are no employments that the government is giving us. For instance, you saw the other day that the government uh, has managed to get into a syndicate where it is sending the youth and those who are unemployed to other countries like Yemen, like Myanmar, like Qatar, and other countries. And these people are paying for their medical examination fees. They are paying other costs. And of course, some government officials are banking some funds through this syndicate. This is a cartel of people who are continuing just to get funds from the poor. They are stealing from the poor, either directly or indirectly, because once you send employees to those countries, you get some funds, agency costs into their accounts. So we see that there is continued discrimination, there is continued oppression among the Gen Z and the young people. We also realize that if the government is talking about employment in agricultural sector in that Finance Bill 2025, we see that that is an outright lie, because we realize that the government is importing sugar, it is importing rice, it is importing wheat, it is importing cooking oil, and all those commodities. Right now, if you walk into a supermarket, you will see that there is 1 kg, 2 kg bag of sugar written the name of the supermarket, yet we understand that these supermarkets are not manufacturers. So this is just blinding the people of Kenya that they are employing more people into the agricultural sector, yet their interest is to make money through commodity importation and other dealings that they are used to. So what we are saying right now is we need fresh leadership. We need fresh governance in this country. We need leaders that are geared and think about the common mwananchi and not think about themselves alone, so that we can be able to take this country forward for this generation, the Gen Z, the coming generation, of course, the Gen Alphas and the other generations to come. So we need to change the leadership of this country, change the status quo, and of course, get fresh leaders into the government, into the counties, into the constituencies, and into the wards, so that we can make a difference in this country. So thank you so much, and God bless you.